We're live, I think. I kept trying to click my camera to select it, and it just wasn't popping up. So here we are. Oh, yeah, Wrigley. Movie? Okay. We got a sick kid at home. His movie was about to end, and I told him, hey, if your movie ends after I go live, just don't come in here because you don't look so hot today, poor guy. He's just roaming around the house in his underwear, so I didn't think him coming in here would be the best idea in his underwear. So let me get his movie squared away, and then we're gonna get into it. Hello. Check on in. Let us know that you're here while I get this set up for him. Okay, hopefully we're still connected downstairs. He's gonna be watching Smurfs, The Lost Village. Smurfs. Call back from my 80s and 90s days. Mostly 80s, though, I think. So fun. Check on in. Let us know that you're here. We have one donation so far. So, yeah, the line or the list is wide open for anybody looking to get a reading today. And I keep covering up our level up. I mean, when we can actually see it, let's actually see it, right? I'm dropping this, but I want to get these ashes in the trash can here. And light up a new incense. How was everybody's Samhain, Halloween, Diwali? All sorts of crazy, awesome things are going on, but also some pretty stressful things out there in the collective as well. Check on in. Let us know how you're doing. Let us know that you're here. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm lighting up some incense. It is Ponderosa Pine Montana incense. I get it at Rockin' Rudy's, which is a really cool store. If you're ever in the area, like people actually come to this area to see this store. It's so neat. I think you can even, I think they have a website, but you can go to it. They sell everything. They have plants, they have crystals, they have tarot cards, they have jewelry, they have records, they have CDs, they have clothing, they have kombucha. I bought a kombucha in there. Like, they have everything, and I love it. Such a fun store, but I actually want to go back and get some more incense because we are looking a little, well, I guess we're still pretty good right now, but this is like handmade incense. It smells so good. So good. Check on in, everybody. We're going to be doing a free one-card pull. And I know it says for the first 20 minutes only or what have you, but today I'm just feeling real generous, real good. The fact we're in November, it just feels like a fresh new start. I don't know why. It just feels very fresh start energy. So anybody who comes in at any time and puts the code number 777 in the chat, that will let me know, hey, I'd like a free one-card pull today. And we also have our poll posted if we're going to be doing the free reading giveaway / drawing, or are we going to do the Cosmic Question Corner? And if you're wondering, what is the Cosmic Question Corner, Amanda? Well, it actually is a kind of fun new, really fun if you ask me, but who knows? Really fun new segment where we're asking the cosmic questions or the conspiracy theory questions, or, you know, the what do you call them? Like mainstream media questions, you know, whatever it is you want to know that's not just like a personal question, but like something our little collective and maybe the greater collective would want to know the answer to, maybe or at very least be curious about. So, oh, Tanya's here. Hello. How are you, my dear cousin? Jamie's here. Hello, Jamie. It's good to see you. Banana Anna S is here. Welcome, Marlene. Hello. And so far, we only have one donation. But just a reminder, I probably should have pinned this at the top with all of the other stuff. But yeah, if someone comes in and puts a 777 at any point during the live stream, of course, we will take care of our donations after we do our free one-card pull. But if someone's coming in late and puts a 777, I'm going to honor that at any time today during the live stream, just for fun, just for funsies. Hi, Mom. My mom's here. Love you too, Mom. You're so cute. Brianna's here. Hello. Well, we have some 777s rolling in, and we have 7 people and 3 likes on the video. Let's see if we can get that video like up to 7. So we have 7 people and 7 likes. That would be cool. Hey, if we go over, ain't no problem. Ain't no thing. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Michael and I. Tanya, I love you so much. Oh, let's all go to the lobby. I missed you, Tanya. Yeah, my mom loves Tanya too. Oh, I'm getting a call from my husband. Let me take this real quick. Okay. Right. No, I'm on my live right now, but I saw you called, so but I see. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Love you too. All right. Bye. All right. Hello. Yeah, he was making a joke to me. So it's a jokey day. Tanya's making a joke. I'm making a joke. My husband calls to make a joke. Like, I love it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it is such a fun day. I won't lie. I did get some good news. I now have a day job. Yay! I got a job. I got a job. A job that's gonna pay me some money so I can make things happen. And I found out. Let's see. They emailed me at 10:55. So 5 minutes before this live stream started. So I'm just feeling all sorts of fresh new energy, excitement, abundance. I'm feeling the love. So I want to share it with you guys today as well. And let's just say these free one cards might be just a little more than, oh, here's a sentence or two. Let's get a little into it for you guys. Maybe just a little bit, just a smidgen more than we normally do, just as my thank you for all of your continued support. You guys are awesome. Oh, your player's way behind for some reason. When that happens to me on a live, I just put it on 2 times speed and just try to catch up, or try to refresh, close out, scroll all the way. Thanks, mom. I cannot wait. I am so excited, so excited. Thank you, everybody. You guys are so sweet. But yeah, why not get started on all of these free one card pulls for everybody? And I think Tanya was the first 7-7 in my chat. So let's do a tarot card and a money moves. I think it's called Money Moves Oracle. I think that's what this one's called. So we're going to do a tarot card and a Money Moves Oracle. And they're not just straight up money and career related, although there are a lot of those in here. But because, in a celebration of my new day job, whatever we want to call it, let's get a free one card tarot and money moves for Tanya. What does Tanya need to know? And it doesn't have to be necessarily about your career. And if you guys kind of have an idea of a question you want to ask, kind of have that in the back of your mind just to see if this reading will cover that for you when it's your turn, your reading specifically. So what does Tanya need to know in alignment with her question? Ooh, we have the strength card. Digging down deep to get to this source of strength, being able to push that just last little bit to make something happen. I don't know if you're under some sort of deadline or you've been stressing out a little bit about where am I going to find the time? Like, that's the vibe coming through. But I also see this as a time of quiet contemplation. It's not like this quiet contemplation is going to somehow find you. You're going to have to purposely schedule this in and make this thing happen, because I see you as just very busy, or if it's not busyness, it's just maybe scattered energy or just kind of unsure where to put your focus. But if you are busy, of course, you know where you're putting your focus. But I can kind of get almost in one moment you're feeling so busy and whatever, and then the moment that you do have a break, you're scattered as to where to focus your energy. So if you're looking for somewhere to focus your energy, Tanya, self-care is always a win. Reading that good book that you have on pre-order that finally arrived in the mail and you just want to read it, but life's busy, just read the damn book. Read the book, Tanya, or take that salt bath or whatever it is that really lights you up. But let's get another card for Tanya. Anything else Tanya needs to know? Come on for Tanya. And we have surprise. Ooh, I know it's not your birthday this month, but maybe there's some sort of surprise. We have a birthday cake here, making a wish. And something that kind of came to me, it's like, why do we blow out our candles? I mean, I get it, blow the wish out into the universe. But to me, like a lot of times when I'm doing spell work, I don't want to blow the candle out because it's like I'm just blowing it away. Like, yeah, I don't need this, whatever. And almost like sabotaging what I'm trying to manifest. So I use a candle snuffer to snuff it out. And that way I always set the intention that that energy is still working in my favor, even when the candle isn't lit. So there might be a message within that for you as well, Tanya. But it says, surprise, an unexpected turn can bring positive change. Be ready for change. There's a change coming. And that's maybe where you're also being asked to dig down just a bit, because this change is maybe going to rock your world, but in a good way. But it's going to take some action, maybe a bit of stress to, dot all the I's, cross all the T's. I don't know if you're signing some sort of contract as well. Ooh, I just saw like a weird shadow kind of cross my peripheral vision over here. And it's not my own shadow being cast or anything. So I don't see this as a bad shadow, though. I see this as some sort of divine protection around you. Most likely your dad's energy is what I'm getting. So, I'm sure you think about him very often. And if that's the case, just know when you think of him, he's always right there. So love you, Ton. You're the best cousin ever. All right, let's see who's next on my list. If you're just joining us, drop a 777 in the chat. We are taking care of you today. You're getting a 2-card reading that's maybe a little longer than just a normal reading from me that's for free. So the only, I guess, downside is you don't get to ask your question. You just kind of have it in your back pocket or in your mind while I read the cards and just see if the answers you're getting pertain to the question you have. And if you don't really have a question and just want to leave it open to spirit, you can do that as well. It's your reading. Do it how you see fit. So we're going to move on to Banana Anna S. And let's see what Banana Anna S needs to know in relation to her question or in alignment with her true spirit. Just what does she need to know? We have the Queen of Swords, speak it into being. There's something you are manifesting. We also have the Hierophant on the back. I for some reason, just feel like this is part of it. Again, there's maybe some sort of speaking part where you're having to speak something that you're wanting to have happen. This also can indicate signing of a contract, or at least letting someone know what your expectations are or what your intentions are. This can even just be you setting very strict intentions with how you're spending your time, or boundaries you have with yourself, with social media, with other people, whatever this looks like for you specifically. I don't know why I put those cards back, but we're going to keep going. But there's something you are maybe even standing up for yourself where maybe someone is violating a boundary or violating a contract, either a physical, literal contract or more metaphorically speaking. And maybe also, because we also have the star on the back of the deck. Wow, you're getting all the cards today, Anna. What I see with this is you maybe even breaking a contract with the Matrix. Like, not today, sir. I'm not doing this anymore. So you're taking your power back in some way. And I think this is in relation to just your energy levels, your focus levels. And this is kind of a theme because we kind of got that focus energy with Tanya as well. And it's almost like the Matrix keeping us busy with, like, pardon my French, like bullshit little things that keep us from our true nature, our true path, our true purpose. Just, having to hustle and grind to pay that bill, or, oh, well, I need to, make this thing happen. So I got to spend a bunch of time doing this thing, where you really just, like in Tanya's reading, just want to spend time reading that good book, or, soaking in the salt bath, maybe while reading that good book. But you maybe have been feeling exhausted, or maybe this is just the energy you're kind of stepping into. But because you're kind of forewarned about the situation, you can basically alleviate any sense of exhaustion by just checking in, especially where your boundaries are concerned with. And this might even be with like online content, just realizing that maybe certain things, like things pop into my feed about like how horrible the economy is and how hard it is to get a job. And I would purposely just like, I might read that and be like, no. Because like I'm in the job search right now. I'm on the job hunt. Like I can't read this stuff right now. It's not pertinent to my reality. Maybe it's going on in the greater 3D collective. So it's almost like I'm seeing you breaking a contract, Anna, with the Matrix, especially if you are on some sort of job hunt, or just really wanting to shift your focus to something that actually is bringing this sense of passion and purpose to your life. But it says here, feel financially drained, lacking viable options. So if you are feeling any of that, this is going to shift, and you can shift it by setting clear boundaries, breaking those contracts. You're recharging and regrouping. So you might even want to take a few days off, or if you can't really do that or swing that for some reason, just make sure you're taking at least 2 hours. That's the very bare minimum, 2 hours a day that is just for you. Not to have to accomplish anything, not to have to be anywhere, not to have to be accountable to anybody, but just for you to do what you want. And if in that 2 hour span, you're like, oh, I actually do want to be accountable and meet that friend for coffee, or I want to go to the library and find a book on this topic, whatever it is, you can hold yourself accountable to that. But 2 hours minimum, if you can do like a whole day, oh, even better, or a whole weekend, even better. But take it and run with it. Any time you get, really make the most of it, and don't feel like you're wasting time if you're not producing something, or grinding or hustling or trying to take action out in the world. Sometimes just literally being a human being, of all things, can really open the doors of abundance, because then we're in our divine feminine receiving era and can actually receive. So I hope that resonated for you, Anna. And before we go any further, you guys, oh, it is warm in this room. I am taking this off. I hear the dogs outside, so most likely Wrigley's got the door wide open and he's just in his underwear, under his blanket on the couch watching his movie. I might have to yell down there for him to make sure the dogs are he's keeping the door closed. The dogs are in or they're out, because they can open the door, the little latch lever thing. They open the door and they get going. So I will be right back. Oh, speaking, Tanya, hope you like my shirt. The reader, get to it. I'll be right back. Hey, Wrigley, is that back door closed? The dogs, I think, are outside barking. And can you, when they do come, will you lock the door so they can't run in and out? And if you have to, if they're whining and barking and stuff, you just put them in the crates and they'll take a nap. Okay? Thanks, love. All right. We're squared away, I think. All right. So let's move on to Brianna. Brianna, let's get you some cards, my dear. All right. What does Brianna need to know in relation to her question? Ooh. We have the Page of Wands. So there's some really amazing new beginning, just inspiration. I just heard new tactics. So maybe you're finding new ways to move in the world. But I just heard making silent moves as well, or moving in silence. So there's something you're doing, and I'm really embodying, or seeing you as embodying this kind of orangish red, almost like rust color. It's giving Mars vibes. When you think the red planet, it's Mars and all the dusty, dirty. I mean, are those pictures really of Mars? Like, they've actually proven that some of the photos they're trying to pass off as Mars are like somewhere in this desert here or this desert there on planet Earth. So like, take from that what you will, but that might even be a message of, being able to see through the illusions or the lies. Your BS meter is on point. So I'm getting very root chakra energy, but also an immersion or mixture with the sacral chakra energy. So if those two chakras are somehow out of balance for you, just keeping them very in balance. If you're already in balance, which it feels to me like you're pretty in balance with those, your creativity is just going to shine and blossom. Oh my gosh, look at the back of the deck. Ace of Wands. Hello. Major downloads, major epiphanies, major just this urge, just like rush of urge of just excitement for life and your dreams and your goals, and you're excited to hit the ground running or just continue on a path that you've already been on, because there's something really exciting here. And instead of the money moves oracle, I want to actually go to this one for some reason. So we're going here for you. I don't know why, I just do what I'm told. And you get two, actually. We have heart, love, and then cowrie, I think that's how you say that, shell, and abundance. And it's almost like those puka shell necklaces is what that's reminding me of. But something about abundance and abundance of love, a love of life. And more red. Look at this, more red. So yeah, root chakra going up to sacral chakra is going to be huge for you, very important. But this love it can absolutely be romantic love or, sisterly love, brotherly love, family love, whatever. But I'm really seeing this an overarching love of life and just things really looking up, things working out. And we have the number 8, which is all about taking that divinely inspired action here and it leading to some sort of financial abundance or financial flow. Even if the moves you're making aren't bringing you money now, it's like the pavement you're pounding now, it's going to pay off in like a 9 of Pentacles way into the future, whether that's near future, distant future, I guess will remain to be seen. And you can kind of tune in if you already know what's going on with this. You'll kind of know a timeline, or maybe intuitively you're going to be led to what that timeline looks like. Well, hey, while we're here, let's just see if we can get any kind of timeline. We have the mystical timing oracle, so why not? So Brianna, what is the timeline of this? Woo, it's flying in. Divine timing. What was I saying? Just trusting your intuition. So this is right on point with that message already. So must allow time for all the stars to align. So maybe your action and the things that you've done and you're well on your way. But, we got to let the universe and, other people and their free will and all that meet us halfway. So there you go, Brianna. I hope that resonates for you. Okay. So up next, we have Mardell. Oh, wait, I skipped Jamie. Let's get to Jamie's cards, I should say. We're going all in today. We are going all in. Okay, for Jamie. And for some reason, I feel like riffle shuffling. I'm going to reset the energy here for Jamie's question, or just whatever it is Jamie needs to know in alignment with her true spirit today. Jamie, 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 Jamie. Ooh, we have the Black Newman. And this actually came out, oh gosh, what reading was that? It was a reading we did, and this came out, which is about like the shadow side. But what I'm getting from this message is there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere else to run. So it might actually be, I don't think forced is the best word, because it really does feel like your spirit is in charge of this kind of push, or it feels like an ending for sure, but not of anything maybe too major. This feels more like an internal ending. Breaking up with soul contracts, breaking up with limiting beliefs, like that kind of dealing with your past trauma and baggage. Because it almost appears to me, I know that's not the case, but I'm more reading what they're standing on is like two suitcases stacked up. And yeah, maybe their baggage has gotten them where they are now, but they're ready to lighten the load and move on to greener pastures. And sometimes when you go through one of these kind of transitions, it can feel very almost like you have this apathy for life, or maybe even more what's that, like oh gosh, the mentality of like very cynical, just like well, it doesn't matter if I do anything because it's not going to work out anyway. And and I mean, we all have probably found ourselves there a time or two, or 40 dozen, but it's about recognizing, hey, I'm in this really negative headspace, or I just feel really blah about life, and just literally acknowledging, I don't feel the best right now. You don't have to do anything to try to dig your way out of it or anything, but just sometimes acknowledging where you're at, that kind of is what it is approach. It's not that fatalistic kind of surrender, but it basically is surrendering to the now moment that, okay, right now I'm not where I want to be exactly. And, maybe your life is going fine, but there are these like big milestones that you're still hoping to reach someday. But, the economy looks like this, and, this other thing's going on over here that looks like this. And it almost just feels like, well, why even bother going after my dreams? Because it's like the wind has already been knocked from my sails before I even get going. If it's more like that rather than any 1, 2, 3, or 4 things in your life currently you can point to, just know that you can shift out of that. You don't have to play on the same timeline as the greater collective of humanity, because that is a dumpster fire. That is literal survival mode, like what we have going on here. And you getting this card is letting you know that awareness is half the battle, and knowing that, okay, yeah. And this is not to spiritually bypass either, Jamie, because, that's the thing that, oh, it's all love and light and just get yourself to a higher timeline. Like, that's all fun and games and everything. But like, we also have to go through the muck and the mire to actually get to those higher timelines. We can't just la la la, can't see you, can't hear you, don't exist, love and light, rainbows and unicorns. No, we have to literally go through the shit, to get to that other side. So there might be some things that maybe just are coming up from the past, or traumas, or maybe even past life stuff that you're like, why do I feel like this? That you're letting go of, that you can then move to that next level for yourself. So let's go to the Money Moves Oracle deck. And I just got this download right as I picked this deck up, that there's something going on maybe with your creative process, or you may be wanting to make money with your creativity. And maybe it's been a minute since you've been dipping back into that, but you're ready. You're ready to, and this actually is a really beautiful place. Once you kind of find your way on the tail end of this energy, it is one of the most creative places a person can find themselves, is after that rock and hard place situation. Because after that, possibilities are limitless. Like you have all sorts of potential. It's like a void space, a womb space where you can really grow and cultivate something, especially creative. Could be a literal child if that's what you're trying to do, but this feels to me more metaphorical and artistic. But we have celebration here. So very 4 of Wands meets 3 of Cups vibes. So kick off the party activities and have a great time. Plan for a joyful future. So even if this is not a specific event coming up, you can just make a joyful plan for your future. Like if money was no object, if you were in complete alignment with your dreams, write out what those dreams are. Write out what your daily routine would look like. Even if you can't picture it exactly, just step into the emotions or the feelings you would feel if your life was everything that you had worked so hard for and manifested. Because feeling your way through it is that's magical. That's so, that is part of manifestation right there, is being able to feel your way through it. And then we had wealth on the back of the deck. So you're stepping into a more abundant time for sure. All right. That was Jamie's reading. So let's see. Oh, you started a shop and recently backed off because of life. Oh, well, it looks like you're about to get back on that horse. I know we're kind of coming into this holiday season, which that throws a lot of people off. But at the same time, taking that time with your family and allowing certain seeds to kind of just germinate for a bit is sometimes just that nice little push that we need to kind of get us into that quote unquote new year. To me, new year is more around March, April times. But you can use this very creative kind of womb space, void space of the winter time to really plan and make some, kind of get a stockpile of things ready so that you can move into something really exciting. Sorry, I just saw your comments in my chat jump, so I'm gonna scroll back up and get to my mom's question. So Mardell, well, her 777. She's praying out her question in mine. Ooh, 9 of Wands already coming out for Mardell. So 9 of Wands, I always call this my Olympic athlete card. It's like you've put in the blood, the sweat, the tears, and there's something you're on the precipice of finally realizing a dream or something you've been trying to manifest for a very long time is like you're on the edge of it. And I see this almost as like November energy right here, but I'm seeing January as being a very significant month for something finally really like quantum leaping, jumping ahead for you, Mom. So that's really exciting to see that coming out. And for some reason, I picked up the Sign of the Times Oracle, so we're going to do this. But I'm being told to also pull a money moves manifestation for you. So we have Evil Eye Protection, and this is on a laptop. So when you're online, this doesn't feel like this is even related to this message that was coming through. This is total side note. And I think you do have like your shungite and stuff on your laptop, but just when I pick up my phone, and usually it's kind of at the beginning of the day when I pick up my phone, I set this intention that, any fake news I hear or any lies or things that just don't pertain to my life, I'll like be able to vet them out and just let them flow on by like clouds rather than let them embed or implant into my subconscious. Or there's a lot of entities that work through certain things going on online and feasting on people's emotions when they're scrolling Facebook and reading comments. And so just protecting yourself when you're online. That might even involve with work because, you work online. So just protecting your energy before you step on and deal with your clients and stuff. And we have the number 1 there. So there is a new beginning. And that's the part of this card that is really aligning with this. And again, January, it's the first month, at least of the calendar year that we've been operating under anyway. So January really does look like a time, but of course, leading up to January, you're making plans, actions are happening, steps are being taken, but January is where things just really quantum leap. And then we have fertility. So, wow, this is such a good thing when you're wanting to create something, but time to think about family life and children. Well, I mean, that's your whole life. You love your children. You love your grandchildren, probably even more than your children. You're all about your dogs and the granddogs and the whole family dynamic. But I don't see this message down here does not apply to you at all. But what I'm seeing with this more is this like egg analogy or this like egg depiction up here of just being very fertile in your manifestations, being able to draw to you. Oh, and dogs. Dogs are on the back of the deck. Loyalty. Of course, you are very loyal. And this is just a reminder that also being loyal to yourself, which, I think you do a pretty good job of that. But there's really fertile ground to, like, I just heard break ground or break soil to plant these seeds of manifestation. So there might even be further things going on at your home that you're doing this year that weren't even on your radar. But come January, you're like, oh, yeah, let's do that now. Like I have the money or, this thing lined up so that we can actually take care of this now. And it's like a game changer for just the whole vibe of what your plans are for your house, for your life, for your future. So, wow, that's so good, Mom. I'm excited. Can't wait to hear more about what's going on with that. Very cool. I mean, you already won $200 today, so you're starting something out right in the month of November. And it's your birthday month, Mom, so like very exciting. It's just exciting energy right now. And I know like the whole collective is like on a dumpster fire, but I checked out of that reality completely. Not in that spiritually bypassy kind of way, but like I'm not playing by their rules anymore. I'm on my own timeline right now, and I'm feeling so good. And I hope that so many of you are also feeling that. You don't have to let these political arenas and all the media and things going on social media, even things going on in your offices at work and family dynamics. You don't have to let that weigh you down if it is really heavy right now. You can just choose to step into higher timelines. All right, so that was from Ardell. So next, we have Marlene. All right, Marlene, let's get your cards going. Anything Marlene needs to know about her question or just in alignment with her true spirit, whatever it is she needs to know. We have 2, the King of Wands and the Lovers. So this really is speaking marriage vibes. King of Wands being your husband's energy, Lovers being maybe a decision you're making in, together as a husband and wife team. Let's see if we can get more guidance as to what, I'm going to go to the tea leaf oracle. What is this going on about? Chain of events that will affect your life. Well, we have travel here in the chain. So there might be something kind of chaining someone or kind of feeling like someone's being held back, like in a physical location for some reason, not like in your relationship. This has nothing really to do with the relationship itself. This is more you coming together with your husband to break the chain of something that you feel is affecting you as a family or as a dynamic or holding you back. And you're ready to let this go or move beyond it in some way. Well, and there's also kite. My literal, maybe holding you back on that location. Maybe you're wanting to do some sort of vacation or travel, but you're just not somehow being able to do it. But you come together with your husband, you make a decision, and then you can shift that to make that thing happen, because we have the flowers card with happiness. So you're going to end up really happy. So there might be a trip, and this might be over the next 3 months. It doesn't have to be tomorrow or anything, but a trip that maybe you wanted to do, but then it looked like, well, we're not going to be able to do that now. Or if this isn't on your radar at all yet, just wait, because there's something coming up, and it might look kind of like, oh, this won't ever be able to happen. But you're going to find a way to make it happen. You and your husband together, coming together, agreeing on something or coming to some sort of conclusion or decision or choice point to actually push something forward to actually make it happen. What else does Marlene need to know about this, or just anything else? Oh, we have helping hand. And look, it might even be some sort of tropical vacation or to somewhere warm with that palm tree here. And we have a palm and a palm tree. Isn't that funny? Oh my gosh, I just noticed that. But it says, need others to assist with services, increased productivity. No one can handle it all. And I think that's why you're teaming it up or sharing burdens somehow. There might even be some sort of travel related to work, or something about work travel. Even though that doesn't feel to me like that would be part of a job description, unless it's like local travel, like, oh, I have to run over here and grab this thing or meet this person or something like that. Something local though. Let's see. Love affair. But this, again, not an actual affair, but like just a coming back together or just kind of teaming up as a team. Like really feeling connected to your partner at this time is like key to be able to move things forward and really have just happiness come into your life. But there's also maybe helping hands, because we kind of got that work message. And I'm actually seeing this more as your husband's work message than your work message, Marlene. But there's something going on with his work where he's going to have a helping hand to be able to have more happiness also at work. And as a result, I see you being happier in your work. So, and then wealth is on the back of the deck. So good stuff coming in. But again, there might be something that appears like it's not going to work out, or, oh, why bother? That'll never happen. But don't count yourselves out. Come together, and almost just you talking about something and dreaming about it together almost makes it manifest. That's what I'm seeing. And you don't have to adhere to these low timelines that a lot of the collective is on right now. Because that, like I keep saying, the world out there looks like if you watch the news, all that stuff still going on with Hurricane Helene and North Carolina and the elections and all these wars going on, or war zones in other countries. I mean, pick your poison. Like, there's so much craziness going on in the world, but we can have our own little bubble of happiness or higher timelines. And that doesn't mean that we're like, oh, we don't care about any. Of course, we still care about our fellow humans, and we want, to have things change and shift. But it's usually when we can get to these higher timelines that we have the finances, the abundance, the free time to actually help people that are appearing like in these disaster zones or war zones or what have you. We have a better ease of helping these people. Or, if it's our life, we're feeling like we're the ones in disaster zones, metaphorically or literally. It's when we start to really get to these higher timelines that we feel we can overcome those things. So you and your spouse are working together in some capacity to overcome something. It could even be something going on at the home, like some sort of home repair as well. And maybe that's where the helping hand comes in, is maybe there's someone coming in to actually assist with some sort of repair in the home. That's just coming in randomly too. So, all right, Brandy Lynn. Such a surge of energy, says Brianna. All right, let's clear the deck for Brandy Lynn. What does Brandy Lynn need to know about her question or just life in general? Ooh, we have the Justice card. So finding some balance, that's always good. something that's maybe felt unfair or unjust in some capacity, I just got this huge rush in my heart chakra, like my heart just expanded, like, oh my gosh, it is possible. This is happening. This is awesome. And what I'm seeing now in my mind's eye is that time, and I'm sure you've heard the story at least twice, because I know I've said it at least 2-3 times on this live stream at this point. When my money got stolen when I was trying to get into college, still I was in high school, but the money got stolen. But then a few years after that, when I was really like, how am I going to find it was literally like $506, or real close to that $500 mark to pay my tuition. I was like $500 short. And then one of the 3 people that stole the money came in with that money at that point. Something that was so unjust in the moment, and that was devastating to not just me, but also my mom. Like, she was so sad that happened to me, and felt so bad. And, we all felt bad about it. And we knew who took the money. It was no mystery. One person knew where that money was, and then it was not there anymore. So, we knew who took it. I did not realize that this other kid, it wasn't the kid that took the money, but one of the kids that was kind of in on it when they went back to our house when we weren't home, that was in on it, that actually paid me the money back. It wasn't the 2 kids I was closest to of the 3. It was the kid I knew the least that came forward. He just really felt bad about it. Long boring story short, there's something that maybe happened in the past, and it may not be coming back from the same energy that took something from you, or something that felt unfair to you in the past, but somehow the universe is bringing this energy, this money, this abundance, this resource of some kind full circle for you to benefit from in this month, in November. It's imminent. It's very close. For some reason, I'm going to go to this spirit animal oracle, or animal spirits, whatever it's called. Well, there's 2 that want to come out, so we're taking them both. Weasel. Be silent, pay attention, and simply observe with your eyes, ears, and physical feelings what is happening inside and all around you. And when someone takes something, it's kind of sneaky. It's kind of like, oh, that weasel, So this might have been something that was, again, this may not be a literal seriously literal thing taken from you. This could be more metaphorical, or something that wasted your time in the past. Something like this. But you are paying attention to the details with something. Oh, I know what this is. This really does feel like you, that publishing path got swept out from under my feet, or that rug was pulled right out from under my feet. And now what? Well, pay attention to what's going on. I see a major shift coming in the indie publishing arena. So I don't know if this is some sort of new platform, or a morphing or merging of 2 existing platforms to make a mega platform, or I don't even know what this is, but it feels like a big shift, because I'm seeing this big tidal wave come in, which that's pretty ominous. That doesn't sound like a good thing, but then I see it going back out and the dust settling and something new being established. It actually does feel like quite a benefit to indie creators, indie authors. But let's read your other card. So we have octopus. So practice shape-shifting by altering your physical appearance or mannerisms, or maybe somehow, some way you're deciding, I don't know if this exact message does not resonate, you do not claim it as your own, but you're deciding, instead of doing serialized, work, that you are just going to decide to do it as a novel, or as a book, or some other way that you can get this creation out to readers. But there's something maybe you're also shifting about the way you're creating what you're creating. So I don't know exactly what that looks like, because it's almost like the details aren't completely ironed out with whatever this big publishing, indie publishing specifically, shift is. But I see the writers and the readers coming out on top. And yes, of course, the business itself, whoever's, whatever platform this is going to greatly benefit from all of that. But the best outcome is when in this case, an indie publishing whatever is working both for the writer and the reader, because then it's a win-win-win situation. Win for the business, win for the reader, win for the writer. And I see something that's very aligned to higher timelines coming into existence. So that's good news. I did not know that until your reading. So thank you, Brandylyn, for showing up. So we, at least those of us writers in here, could uncover that fun fact. I love that. And I just heard February, so this might be something completely new and evolving around February. So we might have to kind of wait it out a bit. But I see you being able to continue and just paying attention to the details of what you're creating, because it's going to be somehow in alignment with what it is that you're going to be able to then jump ahead and publish with. So, yes. All right, moving on. Lots of love going around. I love it. I love love. It's just the best. All right, Linda. Yeah, we're taking our sweet ass time today with these readings because I just want to say thank you guys for hanging out with me. All right, Linda. We're getting Linda some cards in alignment with her question or just whatever it is she needs to know in alignment with true spirit. Well, you're moving forward with something with victory. And this is especially after, this comes after the 5 of Wands. So I always point out after usually some sort of battle, conflict, confrontation, you're coming out on top. But this is not a, victory is mine, like the 5 of Swords going into the 6 of Swords, where, the 5 of Swords energy is like there are no winners. What I'm getting with this is it was kind of a win-win situation, but you're feeling like you were very taken care of in this situation. This might even take you energetically into December, Linda. So if you're kind of scratching your head, like, what is this about? You might not know for a minute because but just ultimately know any kind of conflict, chaos, confrontation, disagreement, argument that you get into with somebody, you're going to come out on top. But it doesn't mean that you beat this other person down and they're the loser. They still feel like they won as well. So it's not like, it feels like a win-win outcome here. We're actually going to go to this deck. We branched out from money moves. We're just going where the wind is taking us here. What does Linda need to know, please? Ooh, there's two that want to come out for Linda. Ooh, we have solitude and truth. So you're going to learn the truth of this situation when you are in solitude. Because when other people's energy, even if they're not really talking to you or whatever, but if you're just kind of in someone else's aura, you're always picking up their silent signals and their baggage, their wounds, but that's just part of the human experience. We're all bumping up against each other and, handing off each other's baggage constantly. So that's why I think getting out in nature, somewhere near water. I mean, you don't have to physically go out on water or anything like that. But if you can just sit next to a river, especially moving water will help you move energetically through whatever conflict, chaos, or disagreement or something that you're going through or will go through. And this will actually teach you something very big. And you will actually look back on this kind of conflict energy and actually be glad it happened in the future. I just accidentally hit my hand on my left hand. And I'm always getting injured on the right side. But these last few days, I got a little scratch on my ring finger here. Then I burned the same hand about 30 seconds after I scratched this on my microwave. And then I just hit this here. But it's really weird because I just did a balancing my feminine and masculine energies session with Roots Restored Wellness, Raylene. And ever since then, I'm just like always like my whole life, my major injuries, my minor injuries, always on my right masculine side. But now for some reason, I'm getting these injuries on my right feminine side. So it's funny. It's like things are finally balancing out. Now I'm getting injured on the left side. I don't know if there's a specific message in that for you, but maybe the wounded feminine, your feminine receiving energy is somehow wounded. And you getting into solitude will actually bring you into alignment with your intuition or just an epiphany about what the truth of some sort of situation is. And oh yeah, I'm like, what is that in the clouds? It's like a guy blowing the wind. So this to me feels like maybe even being out in nature when the wind kind of is blowing, it can almost cleanse you. There's a cleansing element to cleanse any kind of chaotic energy that you're currently in. But again, you're coming out on top. So don't feel too bad about these conflicts or chaos or even just disagreements with, people close to you or random people, extended family, because being in solitude will bring you the truth and they will also see the truth or the light in some way. And they won't feel like, well, Linda beat me. I'm going to get one over on her now. No. Again, win-win situation here. All right. I just saw we have a donation also from Rhoda. So if your name is Rhoda, just let us know that you're the one that donated down in the chat, and I will add you to the list. Thanks for your donation. We're slowly making our way through our list here. Tanya's excited for me. Thank you so much. My job is doing what I do right now, what I'm doing right now. So I just still get to do what I love. I still get to do what I love. That's the new job. Reading the book, all the books. I love that. Yes. Books are life. Love it. Let's see. Love you. You're so welcome. All right, Beatrice Hernandez. I hope you're still here. I know I've been a bit long-winded, but I wanted to give you guys a little extra love on your readings today. So here we go. Oh my God, yes, all the distractions. Well, Tanya, you're going to carve out some time to be distraction-free. Or to be only distracted about the things that really light you up. That's a good way to be distracted. All right, Beatrice, woo, 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 woo. We've got cards. I caught it before it hit the floor. So we have 7 of Wands, but then there was another card that wanted to come out. 4 of Pentacles. Okay. So Beatrice Hernandez, if you've been feeling like life's just been this struggle, I've been fighting, like every little thing, I'm just having to fight just to get ahead a little bit, or this thing is going off the rails, or this isn't, or there's your finances. Something's about to give, something's about to shift. I want to see what's going on with this energy to see what's going to shift for you. But I hear you are standing your ground. So you may literally be telling someone, hey, this is a boundary violation to me, and I don't allow you to talk to me that way. Or if this is something going on at work where people keep giving you all the stuff and you're just like, I'm overwhelmed, stop doing that. You may have to speak up, because I'm seeing the Queen of Swords in my awareness here. Yeah, so we have here Rooster with an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. And that's kind of this energy. And this does feel kind of work related, or something to do with like the way that you working in the world. So whether you have an actual job or, work from home or whatever it is, there may be someone you're dealing with that is kind of arrogant. They're always in their ego. They don't necessarily have to be masculine, but this really is someone in their masculine energy. Like, I'm so amazing. No one's as good as me. That very boastful ego kind of energy. This is not you, by the way. This is someone around you and I'm hearing it's just best to ignore. Let the person, do their peacocking and their cock-a-doodle-doing, and you just kind of let them look like a weirdo all on their own, But with this 4 of Pentacles, this might even be something going on with finances where you're just kind of wondering like, I should probably actually save some money because things are, or if you're kind of short on money on a specific bill and kind of trying to figure out, well, how can I roll or kind of snowball, pay this bill off so that I can put more money into this bill, something like that. Let's get some additional guidance on this 4 of Pentacles. We have here a chain of events that will affect your life. So I was saying snowball, but like also a chain of events. It's kind of like snowball energy, like rolling one thing into another, can become bigger, bigger, bigger. So if you are taking out any kind of loans or debt right now, just be very mindful, very demure, very careful about overextending yourself financially. But if you're not taking out any kind of loan, this is not, I don't want you to just hold your money so close to your chest that you're depriving yourself and you're barely scraping by, not buying yourself the most nourishing food and whatever that is. I want you to be taking care of yourself. And that's the energy coming through. Absolutely take care of yourself. Stand your ground. Take care of yourself. Put your oxygen mask on first. But if there's someone else trying to get in the way, or maybe even someone in your life trying to tell you where to spend your money, no, you're ultimately the one in charge of your money. And speaking of money, let's get into the Money Moves Oracle deck for Beatrice Hernandez. What does she need to know about this? Shedding, reducing losses, elimination, and completing a new metamorphosis. It's time to set higher goals. So the shedding of this, that's shedding certain bills, certain debt. And this could even look like if you have like some sort of Netflix subscription or do like subscription boxes. I just saw like I think it's called, oh gosh, I used to know the name of it. It's like a tea, like you get all these like gourmet teas every month and you can like have a subscription box to these teas. I don't know if that's exactly what you're doing, but I've never had that, but I've seen people talking about it. And that just popped into my awareness for some reason. So if you have some stuff that, if you did kind of cut that out as far as spending goes, that you're not fully depriving yourself, but you can yet save, $50 here, $100 there. Maybe doing that for a few months to be able to start accumulating some money. But also, we're talking finances. This can also pertain to your energy. This may not be just your finances, but knowing when to cut back from, scrolling social media, knowing when to cut back from, going the extra mile at work and instead coming home earlier and taking care of yourself. So finding, that is also kind of a form of currency, is where you're paying attention, spending your time, and finding where you can kind of cut corners, not in a bad way, but what can you cut out that's extra that can give you more time to feel more financially and emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically abundant in some way. All right, Beatrice, I hope that resonated for you. All right. Yes. Oh my. I have some of those shells that I'm using for my glamour magic. Oh my gosh, that's amazing, Brianna. I love that. Yes, I just have to trust. Thank you. You're so welcome. Girl, yes. Oh my God. Yes. So relevant. I started shop recently, backed off. Well, yeah, I feel like you're getting back into it somehow very soon. And oh my gosh, my chat just jumped way down. So let me go back up. So if you've just joined us, or have joined us since I've acknowledged your existence, hello, everybody. Anna Ket, hello, welcome. Yeah, you're so welcome, Jamie. Absolutely. Hello, unicorns and rainbows. Oh, didn't I say that earlier? I didn't even see your username. Oh, that's funny. Life isn't always unicorns and rainbows, but sometimes it is when literal unicorns and rainbows steps into the chat. That is such a fun message. I love that. I love your username. That is so cool. I love that. Mom's here. Hello, Mom. Yes, yes, yes. Sun sees hello. Oh, there's Rhoda. Question in the payment. Thank you so much. Well, we're going to get you on the list right now while it's on my mind. Rhoda. So we so far have Kirsten and Rhoda. And yes, I think we're up to date over here in my email. So let's add you to the list. And thank you for your donation. I'm excited to read for you. So let's see. Yes, the next 777 I see is Suncease. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right, Suncease, here is your reading. So you don't have to ask a question. You can just, kind of just have it in your mind. And I'll just pull a card on your question, or if you just want to leave it open to spirit, that works too. So here we go. What does Suncease need to know right now? Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady wins the race. I always say that, but they're riding a bull here instead of normally, traditionally, the knights are riding horses. This one's riding a bull, which is very slow, very stubborn, set in their ways, only wanting to do what they want to do when they want to do it. And I'm not seeing this as a bad thing right now, actually. I want you to slow down, and not me, but like spirit coming through, want you to slow down, be meticulous, be very paying attention to certain details, especially if you're doing something creative or something that takes a lot of brain power, like analytical thinking in some way, dotting your I's, crossing your T's, making sure all the numbers add up on the spreadsheet, whatever it is, just taking your time. And even if others are getting annoyed or like, can't we just be done with this? No, you're taking your time, and that's not a bad thing right now. All right, let's see what else we need to know for Suncease. You're going to go here. Suncease, here we go. Evil eye with protection. Yeah, because you slowing things down is actually a form of protection. Or if it feels like you're ready to just hit the ground running and just you have all these ideas, but like the universe is not lining up to meet you halfway. They're not even lining up to meet you just 1 inch closer. That's because of divine protection for some reason. Now just may not be the time. If you have a very specific thing that you're like, I know what this means, let's get some timing on that. And even if you don't know what's going on, maybe around the timing we get this card for, you'll be, oh, that's what this means. Okay. Hopefully it's not too far out, because I know there's all the different seasons and months in here. Pisces season. I mean, that's still a ways out. But between now and then, you're definitely going to know what's going on in regards to this reading. Something you're slowing down. And you may be slowing down between now and Pisces season. This does not mean everything comes to a screeching halt and you're not doing anything or making any kind of moves. Not at all. You're still making things happen, going to work, doing whatever it is you need to do. But there are certain things that have slowed down till around this timing. Especially the beginning part of this timing, I'm seeing really around February 21st, which is actually my grandma's birthday. Like that's the number coming through around that date. So you might even want to put a reminder in your phone. Amanda said, I'm going to have an epiphany about something around February 21st, 2025. If you want to, you don't have to do that. But just to kind of come back and fact check this reading that, yeah, that worked or it didn't. But there's something you're going to be able to finally move forward during Pisces season. And this is just kind of the closing out of the, I would say, original calendar to start a whole new year. I know, because to me, New Year is like spring equinox. That to me is when I really lean down and double down on my goals usually. A lot of times, though, I am kind of built backwards. Being that Libra ascendant with an Aries sun in the 7th house, I'm very built backwards. So a lot of times during the winter, I am the fall and winter, I am making planting the biggest seeds, having new beginnings, starting new things, being very prolific with what it is I'm trying to accomplish. And then to me, summertime is almost like a winter where I'm just hibernating and like vibing. I'm built backwards. But you might feel an element of feeling like you're built backwards in some way too. But then also at the very last minute, meaning whenever this needs to come through, it's kind of also taking its sweet time. So you may not know exactly what's going on, or you're kind of just feeling blah about certain things. But again, there's a reason you're being asked to slow down. But make the most of this time you're being asked to slow down. Do some meditation, focus on a hobby, build or develop a closer bond in a relationship, like a friendship, or if you have a significant other, just really maybe even cultivating that relationship you have with yourself. Learn your birth chart, learn your human design, learn your astrology, really lean into who am I and what is it I'm here to do. Really life purpose stuff can really benefit you at this time, Sunseas. All right, so I hope that resonated for you. And let's see what we got. Did I skip anybody that has stuff going on already here? Makes sense. I think I know what it's about. Oh, he helps me at work. We work at the same place. Okay, there we go. So I'm like, it doesn't really feel like your work, but your husband's work, but like somehow you're affected. I don't know. So that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I remember that story. Thieves. I'm glad you got some of it back. Me too. I feel like over the years, the universe has given me that other 1,000 of the 1,500 that got stolen back in ways, so I don't feel too bad about it anymore. But man, for years, I just stewed on that. Options are wide open right now. Oh, do a major rework, rewrite on the fundamental level. Now, anyway, so huge shift coming, and I'm ready for any container that appears. I love that. Yeah, it does feel to me like somehow, some way, you're intuitively already in alignment with whatever this publishing path is for your future here. I love that. That's exciting. Hello, Aisha. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Yeah, just put a 777. Looks like you have, so we'll take care of you very shortly here. All right, Kalite, welcome, my dear. Good to see you. It's been a minute. Hope you're doing well. Hope your music is going well. All right, let's get a message for Kalite. What does Kalite need to know? Align with her true spirit. All right, ooh. Something exciting jumping out, and this is someone who's speaking it into being, as I always say. She's my speak it into being queen. And when I say, oh, this is my Miss Sovereignty herself, this is speak it into being. These are the original kind of associations I put with the cards, because when I got my first tarot deck in 1997, we lost the guidebook, and we just had this stack of cards. And I mean, yeah, it was the traditional Rider-Waite depiction cards. But then we also had one called the Sacred Rose Tarot. Couldn't find a book for that one either. But they had different connotations, and I just kind of made up my own associations. But a lot of the associations I had with them really were in alignment with what the cards were. But I always called this speak it into being, make it happen by literally abracadabra, speak it out loud. But because I know you are doing your own music and stuff, this feels like very quick-witted, quick lyrics, maybe rapping. Some sort of rapping, or creating some sort of new song that has a whole new sound maybe to what you're normally creating. Yeah, this feels very creative, very communicative. Maybe something you're posting online is maybe gonna, I want to say baby viral. I don't want to get your hopes way up, but there's something that's maybe going baby viral. Baby, like, slightly viral. I mean, more viral than you're used to getting if you're posting. I don't even know if you're posting your stuff, but now would be a great time if you have any new stuff, or maybe even you're like remixing or revamping some old content to make it new in some way. I just got this rush of excitement. So there's something really exciting about your creative endeavors here. Woo! Yeah. Maybe it has to do with a love song or a self-love song. Maybe spiritual. There's very spiritual connotations here. Something to do with emotions. Yeah. I just heard wearing your heart on your sleeve. So I mean, maybe you're just being very vulnerable and branching out and trying new genres or something, or bending genres, mixing genres. A band that I love that does that is called 21 Pilots. They love to genre bend. And I love that. I'm doing that in the writing, like book writing capacity. Like if someone asks me what genre my book's in, I mean, it's in like 14 genres, and not just any solidly just one of them. So it really does feel innovative. Something you're doing is innovative, almost like you're creating a whole new genre without like announcing to the world, hey, this is a new genre. Everyone get on board. Like you're just showing up and doing the work, doing the thing. And people are really vibing with it, whatever it is you're creating here. But let's see, for Kalite, anything else she needs to know about this, or just any other messages? Lightning with a disruption. But I'm seeing this as literally shaking it up with genre bending, giving the world something they've never seen before, especially with that number 41. The number 41 might be following you around. Looks like I'm kind of breaking up here. Hopefully you can hear me, see me. Hi, am I still good? But the number 41, you can look up angel number 41, or just maybe you're seeing, 1041 on the clock, 841 on the clock. Uh, but there's something being disrupted, but I see this as it's being disrupted to actually put you in divine alignment. This is not a bad disruption. Even if you're hitting the ground running because you have all this excitement going on, but something somehow disrupts you or delays you. Maybe it literally, because my kind of video here is kind of breaking up or kind of buffering, maybe stalling for you guys. You have to let me know on the back your end what's going on. I was kind of freezing on my own screen. So maybe you're trying to upload something and it's just not working, just not uploading. Trust that as divine timing. Don't get frustrated like my stuff will never get out into the world, or I plan to do it this day and like all this other crap has happened. Now I'm totally not in the mood to do this today. Flow with it. And if there are disruptions, just know that's the divine rerouting you to some better, higher timeline where things are going to be much more lit up. I mean, lightning literally lights up the night, when it's happening at night. Or, usually if lightning's happening during the day, it lights everything up around it when the sun's usually very obscured behind thick clouds. So you're lighting something up here. And it almost might feel like a disruption to certain people, but it's almost like you're getting their attention. And then at first they're kind of like, hey, why are you being so loud over there? But like, oh, I like this. Oh yeah. Thanks for the interruption. I needed that. Oh my gosh. I never would have known. I mean, it may not literally look like that, but on a like metaphorically speaking level, you're somehow disrupting the status quo in the best possible way though. Oh wow, Kalite. You have to let me know what's going on with your creativity, because this feels very close to your heart, very creative, something you're very passionate about. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Oh, good. You're saying I'm good. Hi, Sandy. Welcome. I missed you. Lots has happened. Energy has been chaotic. Oh, I can feel you on that one. Yes, it has. But yeah, we got this. We got this, don't we? All right, Aisha, we're going to get into your reading. And if you're just joining us and you're waiting for your reading, I'm doing more kind of lengthy readings today just to say thank you, just to give back, just to say I love you guys and thanks for all the support. You guys are amazing, and I feel so much love when I come here, and it's my favorite place to be, really, outside of my little bubble with my kids and stuff. I love you guys, so thanks for being here, friends. All right, Aisha, we have King of Cups. Finding ways. You might be dealing with someone, because I just heard in my head, read it in reverse. You may be dealing with someone that's literally, because this person's just pouring their cup out, but it doesn't even feel, because they're not like tipping it out. It's overflowing. So I'm almost getting two messages. So this is your energy. Like you're just pouring and pouring and pouring into someone or something. It's not receiving you. You're feeling almost taken advantage of or neglected in some capacity here, Aisha. But eventually you're going to be able to pinpoint why that's going on and either remove that situation or that person from being able to make you feel neglected or hurt, because you're getting to the root cause of your own neglect or hurt. And this could even go back as far as childhood or certain friend groups that you were in and then somehow got excluded from or something like that. Oh yeah, just feeling like I gotta really play it cool here, or people are gonna, it's kind of that fake it till you make it. I better fake it till I make it, or people are gonna find out I'm a fraud. It's like, I don't know if you've ever heard of imposter syndrome. Like that's what this is giving here. Is you're feeling this sense of imposter syndrome. So if you don't know what that is, Google it, look it up. It's a very real phenomenon. Usually these people with big egos who really are like not that great, they almost never have imposter syndrome. So if you're someone with imposter syndrome, especially in some sort of creative capacity, or you're just feeling unworthy or not good enough for someone or some situation, some work thing, usually when you're feeling that imposter syndrome, you actually are more than qualified, more than worthy, but it's just a lot of time that outside interference is like getting to your head. But you're definitely qualified. You're definitely worthy. And there might even be something out of balance right now. Let's get some clarifiers on what might be out of balance for Aisha. What is out of balance right now for Aisha? What is this? It's coming through. Tiger, doing something risky, taking a chance. So either, and that's the name of the game for this card. Either this person holds keeps every single penny they earn and they never want to spend anything for fear that I'm going to be destitute, or the money's burning a hole in their pocket and they can't get it out of their pocket fast enough to spend it. And then they're always broke. They're always feeling poor. Two sides of a very different, the spectrum is here and two sides are very different. So I always like to pull a clarifier with this card when it comes out. So if you've been feeling like you have been doing too many financial risks or taking too many chances, now just might be the time to bring your finances back into balance. Or if you're on the other end of the spectrum where you're just holding on to every nickel and dime and penny and you're depriving yourselves of things that, maybe that would bring you joy or, wouldn't break the bank, but you're just too afraid to spend money in case, this bill goes up or this market collapses or, whatever it is, you're somehow tempering or balancing the way that you show up. And again, this doesn't just have to be straight up finances. This can be where you put your energy, your effort, your attention. So it doesn't just have to be straight up cash money. I'm feeling called to pull one more card. We're gonna go the money move since we're kind of talking about money here, or just your energy in general. What's going on for Aisha? What does she need to know about this? Loyalty. So true friendship and loyalty are among the most important values. So this may be, yes, money is kind of going on in a lot of people's lives, money, lack of money, whatever, wherever you fall on the spectrum. But to me, this is more about your sense of worth with certain, where people are loyal to you or you're loyal to them. And again, kind of going back to that original message where you feel like you're being taken advantage of or neglected by someone, you're pouring a lot of your energy, love, time, attention, possibly money into, and you're just not receiving much of that back. So you might be kind of examining loyalties of certain people or situations. It could be a situation, a job, something that you do that's really not paying you back emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. It's not paying you back. So you're going to maybe decide to cut it out or stop doing it, or just kind of pull back a little bit on it. But it could be representative of a relationship, just a friendship you're just not getting much out of it, but you're putting a lot in and it's just not worth it to you anymore. And you're just deciding to cut your losses and move on because really loyalty at the end of the day, it is something that's very important to you. And then on the back of the deck, we have endings. So the cycle is over. It's time for you to make a change. And again, it's time to say goodbye to either a person, situation, maybe even the way you've been loyal or disloyal to your own dang self. That's always possible too. And you're just, when there's an ending to that, that's good because you're ending those limiting beliefs or feeling that lack mentality of your own self-worth. And then there's an opportunity for growth here, maybe a new opportunity at work or a change of a workplace, a business trip, but there is change coming and it's going to come right on time. So, but this also, I'm mostly reading this as a change that's going to go on within you that will then be reflected outside of you. All right, Aisha, I hope that resonated for you. Look at all these put back. And then, let's see. Rhoda's here, yay. Aw, you're so welcome. I'm glad it resonates, Beatrice. Absolutely. All right. You're so welcome, Sunseas. Totally. Oh, that makes so much sense. I'll do that in your own pace. I understand that. No need. Oh, need to learn human design. Yeah, I kind of took a couple days break on it, but I have plans this weekend to kind of get back into it again. I kind of just recently got back into it for like about the fourth or fifth time. I kind of go dip in, dip out, dip in, dip out, stay there a while, dip back out. But to me, that's like anything. It really is a lifelong journey of learning who you are. And there's really no deadline or timeline that you have to learn everything there is to know about human design yesterday. You can learn it at your own pace, but it is such a valuable tool for self-discovery. Oh my gosh, I love it. Awesome. I'm glad that resonated for you, Sunseas. Absolutely. Hi, Sandy. Let's get into your reading now. What does Sandy need to know? Our wonderful, beautiful, amazing Just Sandy. What does Sandy need to know? Right. We have the Queen of Wands, Miss Sovereignty herself, as I like to say. You're standing your ground. You're standing in your power. You're ready to just start a whole new project, possibly. Something that's an idea that's coming to you. So if this is not on your radar yet, very soon, you're ready to do something new. You're ready to shake something up. Let's go to this Animal Spirits Oracle. See if there's any additional messages for Sandy. The honeybee. Let compassion and forgiveness be your top priority in the situation. So there may be something going on in life where you're feeling a little, the word is destitute. Like you're just feeling like you're not being received for your worth. We were kind of getting this message earlier for Aisha, but I'm seeing it slightly different for you. This might literally have to do with work because a bee, like a worker bee, like they're constantly working. And I guess what they get in return is the safety of the hive and, their food and room and board and all the fun things. But you're looking for maybe a little bit more. You're looking to maybe expand some sort of project or enterprise, maybe possibly with work, or just having money come in to where you're not having to work so damn hard to bring that little bit in or that big sum in or whatever it is. So there may even be this kind of resentful energy of, I shouldn't have to be working this damn hard at this age and doing this and dealing with that. There's a change coming here for sure, where you're going to feel very empowered, Sandy. I love this for you. This is, and I just heard it's a long time coming. So what does Sandy need to know about these shifts or changes, possibly at work or just with her own sense of self-worth? Well, some sort of fun or celebration, something you're really going to enjoy. And this tankard here is reading almost like a silver tankard. So to me, it's like celebration of something with your career or your job. We have parrot. Someone will gossip all your secrets. I don't see this as like, someone that's very untrustworthy. What I'm seeing more with this is you being the one to spill beans on something you're maybe not ready to tell people yet, but you found out that, oh, well, I love this next card. This is you telling on yourself, really spilling the beans on your own projects. And this is something I told someone else earlier. Move in silence right now. I mean, if you've already told a handful of close friends about your next steps or plans for the future, either personal or business, don't worry about that, but just keep something very close and near and dear to you right now until you're ready to launch something or announce something. You don't have to let everyone know, hey, this is coming down the pipeline, and then maybe somehow partway through you burn out, and then everyone's like, oh, how's that thing going? And then it just depresses you rather than excites you. That's what we're avoiding here. Because you're stepping into, sometimes moving in silence and kind of having a secret from the world is kind of exciting, There's exciting energy here for sure with this. But your catchphrase, make a wish and then make it happen. So you're making it happen. Your wish is literally granted here, Sandy. So something you're doing is bringing in that sense of motivation, passion, inspiration, desire to move forward based on past deeds, maybe even really hard work you've put in the past. But yeah, let compassion and forgiveness be your guide. So if you have, messed up in some way, either with yourself or with someone else, give yourself that grace, forgive yourself. If it's someone else in your life that has done that to you, of course, I'm not telling you have to forgive anybody, but just kind of reach into your heart a little bit and kind of put yourself in their shoes and just to see, kind of put your finger on the pulse of like, why did this happen? Why did that person say that thing? Why are they acting that way? Whatever it is in relation to that. But I feel like your message isn't quite complete. What do we need to know? Let's go back to the Money Moves Oracle for Sandy. What does she need to know about this? Sandy, what does she need to know about this energy here? Direction. Do not deviate from your path. Attract a mentor if necessary. Plan where you want to be. Make your wish, and then you're making it happen. So you're making your wish. You're making maybe a new wish on the direction, or if this is something you've already been working on, just keep going because I'm looking at this book. You're halfway there with something. And if you're already not in this energy yet, before you know it, you'll be halfway there. So if you're kind of still scratching your head, like, I don't know what this means, you will know before December 1st. So about 30 days from now, between now and 30 days, you're going to know exactly what this is talking about. If you're already on that path, you know what's going on, then it needs no explanation. But again, if you're still like, what? You will know within a very short amount of time. All right, Sandy, I hope that resonated for you. All right. Oh, did I skip you guys? Oh my gosh, I feel bad if I did that. I probably did. I did. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. High energy. I'm just seeing your thing. I think it's because I saw Aisha had put a 777 and she had put it before you started talking and then right after Air Energy's question or little stars she put. At least on my end, that's how I'm seeing it. So I think I just jumped past all that and assumed, oh yeah, I'm on Aisha. My apologies. Let's get into Amber's reading first, and then we'll do Kashfi's right after that, and then we'll continue on down the line. All right. So Amber, what does Amber need to know right now? We have the 7 of Pentacles. Again, patient, slow, and steady. We also have a bull here. So slow and steady. But this is something you're nurturing and something you already have started sometime in the past that, it somehow being on the back burner or you being able to pick it up when you feel so inclined and then put it back on the back burner. there's nuance here. So you're going to be able to kind of nurture and tend to something and then be able to put it away, maybe go about your life for a couple weeks, then pick it back up, really get into it. Maybe 2 months straight, you're really hitting it hard, but then, life, put it back for a bit. And that's okay. I think sometimes these breaks actually do fuel your creative well. But let's see. But also patience in moving through maybe some healing, a continuous journey of life, or as I like to call it, peeling away the layers. But look what's waiting for you, some wish fulfillment, some major recognition for a job well done. But again, it might take some time. And I'm seeing this timeline stretch out for over the next 2 years. But if you look back right now, 2 years previous, that felt like the blink of an eye. If you think about it like that, you're just like, wow, 2022 was already 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago. We started 2022 at this point. What? How? No way. No way. But yeah, and I just heard the time's gonna pass anyway, so you might as well make the most of it. When you're feeling inspired, dip into it. When you're feeling not so inspired, you can put it away, focus on other things, and then always come back to it. And this also is in regards to, because what I see with you, it's like your healing and your creativity are almost like two sides, like opposites of the same coin. So when you're really in the thick of healing, you don't really have that creative passion or drive. But then when you really have that creative passion and drive, it's kind of like the healing and peeling are kind of on the back burner for a minute. So almost feel like when you're in one stage, the next stage is kind of the counterbalance, the counterpoint to dip you into the next stage, which, but like, you're making progress here though. I do see that. Let's go to the money moves oracle. Anything else for Amber? What does she need to know here? We have perfect fit. I love it. So it says, finding the right path, the fit with the soul, the ideal job. You're meant to be here. So the path that you're currently on, you're meant to be exactly where you're at. And you're going to see how all these pieces fit together. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not the next day, but definitely within 2 years. You're going to look back over these coming 2 years, which will be past at that point, and be like, wow, that's why that thing had to happen. And I remember I did that, and then this happened, and like, it blows my mind. Oh my gosh, I'm so in the flow right now. But I really also see this as life is shifting for you to where things do feel more fulfilling. Just being able to clean your sink after you did that whole sink full of dishes, or, loaded the dishwasher, and you feel like there's this sense of accomplishment that's kind of been missing from daily life that you're somehow getting back. You're able to dip back into this sense of accomplishment or satisfaction or purpose. And I don't know if you have that, it's in human design. Like the sense of satisfaction is one of the, I forget what it is exactly in human design, but you might have that in your human design chart. So when you're feeling satisfied, you're in alignment with, how you've been designed, both with the matrix controllers and the soul spirit coming in together to design this life path for you. You'll know you're in alignment when you're feeling a sense of satisfaction. All right. So that was your reading, Amber. And for Kashvi, let's go in. What does Kashvi need to know right now? Kashvi. All right. We have here the Six of Wands. There's victory. I see this as academics. So there might be some new reward, award, something like that. But she's not purposely seeking approval from someone, but she's just getting it just as a natural result of who she is and how she shows up at school, in the world, etc. There might even be some sort of invitation to someone's birthday party that she's getting from someone in her class, and she'll be excited to go to that party. This might even be in early December for some reason, but like between now and early December is kind of the time frame to be able to go to some sort of birthday party, or if it's not a birthday party, it's some sort of school event where school kids are around. People she knows from school are around. Let's see. Whoa. We have 2 more flying. Oh, you got the same card your mom just got with the 9 of Cups. Sense of recognition yet again. So there are 2 cards about recognition right here. But this is also about wish fulfillment, just feeling like your wish came true. It's a very exciting energy. And then the 3 of Pentacles is maybe working together or as a team. So if this is some sort of academic team, like definitely there could be multiple different academic awards or achievements going on here, but one of them might just be that you're on some sort of team that wins some sort of like competition with, it could be math, it could be something else. It feels very like calculated, like you're putting your heads together to calculate something. And to me, that's very math. Something with math, maybe that you're really putting your heads together with a couple of other people at school to be it. And it's like you and 2 other kids or you and 2 other people. So very cool. Let's see. What else does Kashmir need to know right now? And we have here the whale. Great worry over nothing. I actually really love to see this. So a lot of times when, you're feeling kind of worried about something like, oh no, did I, get a good grade on that? Or, does that girl think I'm weird? Or, am I good enough? All the things that we think in our heads, we worry about nothing. There's no reason to worry because these people aren't even thinking about us or what we're doing. Or, we think, oh, I know I didn't get everything right on that test, but then you did get everything right on that test. You were just second guessing yourself. That's kind of the energy coming in with that. And then we have ant, work, achievement, and success. So now, this is literally summing up what these 3 cards represent right here. Here's the work, usually in a group. Here's the achievement, and here's the success. Short and sweet message, but I don't know that there's anything I can add to it, but let's try. Let's just get a starlight card. And if we're repeating ourselves at that point, well, no, we've hit everything we need to hit. All right, for Kashfi, anything else for Kashfi? 2, you get 2. Okay, expand. Growth is often messy or uncomfortable and messy, but necessary. So you're expanding, you're growing. Maybe you're being put in some sort of like gifted class or advanced placement class, or some sort of test you're taking is putting you in like the next level or the next grade level, reading level, something like this too. But then new beginnings from chaos, from this uncomfortability and growth and chaos comes a new beginning for you, and it calms down. So you don't feel worried or stressed about it. You're excited. All right, Kashmi, that's awesome. Very fun. I wonder what she's up to. She is going places, Mom. She's doing some cool stuff. All right. So we've done that. Let's see. We've got Sandy's taken care of. Let's see. John's here. Let's get John a reading. We're doing more in-depth readings today, just as a thank you for all your continued support, you guys. And we do have 2 donations to take care of today. And we're already, oh my gosh, we're already almost 2 hours into this. So I know I've had you guys voting for Cosmic Questions Corner, but it wasn't until 5 minutes before I popped onto this live stream that I decided to do these way more in-depth readings. So I think, apologies. I hope that the fact that we did a bigger, expanded reading for each of you today that wanted one will make up for the fact we're not doing a Cosmic Question today, which won the poll. And I do apologize for that. I just did not plan to, when I posted that poll, I did not plan to go more in depth with these readings, but then I got some really good news and I just felt like sharing the love. So that's what we did instead of that today. I hope that's okay. But let's get into John's reading because I do want to leave enough time that we are taking care of the 2 donations we have. All right. So John, let's get into it for John. We have the 5 of Wands. This is a card normally about conflict, chaos, but look how organized and calm everybody is. So there may be some sort of more, instead of the like combat and confrontation that this card can tend to bring, this is more about brainstorming or coming together as a group and putting your heads together and really coming up with a solution to an issue and a problem. Could be at work. It really does feel work related to me for you for some reason. Just coming together to work with your coworkers to come to some sort of agreement or solve some sort of issue, or you're both trying both. So maybe there's only 2 people, you and another coworker are coming together to be like, okay, so if we do this and this, this should make this computer work so we can actually check these things into the system, or, something. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but, something work related that has to do with the way the tools that you use for your work is maybe not working. So you kind of coming together, make it work somehow. I just heard it's not rocket science, but yeah, Wrigley, is your movie over? I take that as a yes, because I told him just to not come in because he's in his underwear. He's homesick today, so he's out trick-or-treating, and he mostly just wanted to stay in the back of his friend's mom's car. Like our plans kind of changed last minute, so I ended up palling up with his friend's mom, who I'm also friends with, so it was like a win-win situation. That's like something I keep saying today, win-win situation. But sorry, John, I'm gonna kind of interrupt your reading just for a hot second. But my son did knock on the door, so there's like a knock on the door of opportunity coming in for you, John. And I know you semi recently have been in this job. I don't know if you're already looking for a different job, or maybe there's another job opportunity kind of on your awareness or on the horizon for you. Um, but it does feel like there's something coming in that it doesn't necessarily have to be work related, but for some reason I'm going there. I don't know. Let me just start a movie or a TV show. It looks like they've already watched that one. My kids do not get a lot of screen time, so this is like a rare thing for him. Sorry, I'm trying to find the movie section, not all these TV shows that just keep going and going. Oh my gosh. Apologies, you guys. Mom life. Okay. Okay, watch that one way back. Oh my gosh, I just need a random movie that he has not seen. Okay, we're gonna go with Clifford the Big Red Dog. Sounds good to me. Oh, I'm gonna cast it to the TV. Guys, I'm so sorry. Hopefully this works. Push play. Oh, Benji's on here. I loved Benji growing up. We're gonna do Benji instead. Sorry. Both of those were dog related. I don't know if you have a dog, John. I think you have a cat, if I remember correctly. But something about a pet, loyalty, love of pets is very important at this time. Oh, this is a remake, a 2018 Benji movie. I'm thinking like the 80s version of that movie. Speaking of pets, let's go to the animal oracle. And again, apologies that I kind of took a bit of a break in the middle of your reading, John. Penguin, the period of darkness that you've been experiencing is now passing. And if you haven't been in a period of darkness, just know that you're in a good place right now. Or if you are in a period of darkness, that good place is coming for you very, very soon. Let's get some additional guidance. Anything else John needs to know? I heard take all three, so we're going to do it. Okay. Triumph over troubles and obstacles. So maybe there is a troubled period, but you're overcoming it. And problems to be resolved, you're overcoming it. And heartache over what you no longer have. Again, I feel like this is in your past or something from your past you're working through. So you're overcoming some obstacles, some blockages. Fives do also indicate change. So through conflict, chaos, obstacles, and being overcome, on the other side of that is being able to make changes. Very needed, necessary, exciting changes coming to your life, John. Very cool. Welcome back, John. It's good to see you again. It's been a minute since I've seen you, so I'm glad you're here. Rhoda's new here. Thank you so much for letting her know what's up around here. Let's get into Rhoda's free reading. Of course, you also have donated for a reading, so we're also going to get into that momentarily. But let's get whatever Rhoda needs to know right now. Whatever Rhoda needs to know right now. All right. We have the Two of Cups and the High Priestess. So I don't know if you have a significant other, but this doesn't necessarily always have to be, your significant other only. This can be any significant soulmate in your life. It could be your mom, your daughter, your friend, your coworker, just someone you really vibe with on a deeper than surface level. But I'm seeing a really strong, intuitive, sometimes they get mad if you're showing nudity on here. You just feel very in tuned, almost like you call a friend and they were like, oh my gosh, I literally was about to call you. And then you guys kind of laugh about that. Or you're thinking something and then the very next thing you hear that same song on the radio or, whatever it is. But you're very intuitive, very, very soon. So if you're not feeling intuitive at all right now, Rhoda, just know very soon. I think during this whole month of I almost said March. It's not March, November. So November through March. So not just this whole month, but November through March, you're on this just really high intuitive wavelength, especially with the people that you love and care about that are your people. You can just sense when they need a hug or, that helping hand or when they have good news to share. Like you could sense all of this, but also I'm seeing this if you do have a significant other, you're just very much wanting to really strengthen and cultivate a beautiful garden, taking some weeds out, spraying some pests or getting the pests out of your lovely love garden so that you can experience a really beautiful connection. And, life is full of ups and downs. So, things can be great one minute, not so great the next, but I really do see you working diligently to make your connections really strong and beautiful and loving and supportive. And of course, one half of every single relationship you're in life is your relationship with yourself. So you may even really be taking care of your own self and your connection to your own self and knowing your own self on a deeper, more spiritual level. So really tuning in with that high priestess to your spiritual path, cultivating new and improved spiritual gifts, just coming online really hot. We also have the Falcon, and it says, act on the opportunity that's before you and commit to it without equivocation. So if there's not an opportunity in your current presence right now, one will be presented to you by the end of the month, but I'm really hearing by the end of the next 2 weeks. So between now and November 14th, 15th, there is an opportunity being presented to you, and this is almost like take it. It's you already intuitively, of course, if you're intuitively like, I don't want this, trust the intuition, but intuitively you're going to feel like, yes, this is it for me. This is my opportunity and I'm taking it. It's mine. I deserved it. I'm taking it. And I don't know why I've done this for anyone else, but I'm going to go to the Mystic Love Oracle. See if we have any closing statements for Rhoda. Woo! It fell to the floor, a little bit slippery. Snake. Not what it looks like. But I think this is why that High Priestess card came out, is your lie detector's on point, your intuition's on point. So anything that is not meant for you, you're going to be able to just slough it right off like a snake shedding its skin. And I'm also seeing the meme where someone crocheted this cute little unicorn hat for a snake and put it on a snake. And it was like being able to see the truth through the lies or something. But the snake looks so cute with the little unicorn hat on, but like it's still a snake. And I think it was actually a poisonous snake. So I don't know if you have a fear of snakes or you're kind of leery of snakes in some way, but this is just tuning in internally, like with your intuition, knowing what is not what it's looking like. You know, this is not what it appears to be. You know, maybe the surface of it looks real pretty, but underneath it's just real ugly and nasty, and you don't need that kind of toxicity in your life. So this is not saying there is something like that in your life. This is more saying for you, Rhoda, that you're going to be able to vet out any opportunities that aren't what they appear to be, or they're too good to be true, or people that are just blowing smoke up your you-know-what to get you to do what they want and manipulate you in some way. You're going to see right through all of that. So just know that you can trust your own inner guidance system, or IGS as I like to call it, to know what is for you and what is not for you. Even if on the surface it looks perfect and exactly what you've been looking for, but something deep down tells you, nah, that ain't it, sis. You know, trust that intuition. All right. So that was for Rhoda. Oh, did I do Linda's reading? I'm sitting here trying to think now. I've done so many today, I don't remember. Yes, I did. It had something to do with something finally moving forward, I think. Oh, man. They're starting to run together in my mind, but so here, I'll tell you what, Linda. If you go back and I did not do your reading, let me know at the beginning of next Wednesday's live stream and I will take care of that for you. But if I did it, it should be there. I want to say I'm about 95% sure I did your reading. Yeah, because it has something to do with solitude and kind of pulling your energy away from someone to really get clarity and truth of a situation. Yeah, I did your reading. Now I'm about 99.9999998% sure it was your reading. You had the solitude card and the truth card. And I want to say it was toward the beginning of all these readings I did. So, yeah, I think I did. Okay, let me just make sure. It's about to be 3 donations. Well, that works for me, Brianna. All right, so let me scroll back up. We've got lots of comments today. I'm loving this. Okay, so we got John, we got Rhoda. Yeah, got Linda for sure. You're so welcome, Sandy. Absolutely. Oh my God, I'm having issues with my journeying. Healing is not happening, or I am not seeing anything. Also, my painting is on the back burner as well. Well, that healing, that journeying thing, sometimes when I'm like gung-ho, like I'm going to push into this journey and I'm going to find out this and that and this and that. Well, there are times where it literally is nothing's materializing in front of me. It really is just void space. And I think those are the times that it's like, yeah, let's just be in the void then. If we can't really push through this journey, let's just rest in the energy of the void, because you're still getting an element of healing in that void space while in your journey. And, just allowing yourself to rest and relax in that void space, because the first time that happened to me, I'm like, well, this was a waste of time. Let me just come out of this shamanic state of consciousness and turn the music off and just go about my day. But before I did that fully, I'm like, no, because what's meant to be will be. This is a protected space, and if nothing's showing up, that's what needs to be going on right now, and that's okay. So I always take when that happens, and it doesn't happen too often, but it can and it will, to where you just kind of rest and relax in that void space. And actually, if you're starting to get bored or you're just like, I don't know, should I turn the music off? Actually, I would kind of lean into it and just resist, and just not resist, but like surrender to the void itself and be in that energy until intuitively, not because you're bored or you're feeling resistant to it, but just intuitively you're like, okay, now we can end the journey. That's my advice, but do what you want. Yeah, money's not flowing in, healing is happening, but I would love to do some more on my own without going to Raylene. Yeah, absolutely. Business is dull. Like everything you just said, absolutely, for me too. I did get a new opportunity though. I did say at the beginning, I got a day job. I got a job. And I found out that I got the job 5 minutes before this live stream started. So I was so excited. When I first started this live stream, you could see energy off the charts when I started the live stream today. Oh, she has an examination tomorrow for math. Well, she has a trip to the planetarium coming up. There it is. That must be what it is. Very fun. I love going to the planetarium, especially as a kid. It's so magical. They had it come to our library and they blow it up and we get to climb into this big sphere with a little tunnel. We'll climb in. That was the thing dreams were made of when I was a kid. I'm like, it's planetarium day. Yes. I was so, and it maybe happened maybe every 3 or 4 years is all. But, at least maybe 3-4 times throughout my school experience, we got to do that. And it was like the highlight of my year. So fun. I was very easily amused as a child. I wish I was still easily amused. I get bored very easily with things. I wish that wasn't the case. Oh, she's alone in the team from her school. I wish she had more participants from her school. Well, maybe somehow, some way, there will be more participants eventually. Because I see her in like a group effort, some like a group activity. Everybody's celebrating as a group. It's so fun. Yeah. Going to get coffee from the bus stop, so she may not be hearing what I'm saying, but she'll maybe see the replay. Yeah, happy Diwali to you as well. I did get your text. I just didn't have a chance to get back to you, Amber, but thanks again for your amazing well wishes. That was so sweet of you. Single at the moment, but doing a lot of healing and growing. That makes perfect sense for the card combinations you got. So if there is someone coming in and like on the surface, they look like the best possible candidate to be your next partner, but yet there's something just kind of off in your intuition. Trust your intuition, Rhoda, because your intuition is on point. All right, let's get into our donation portion of the live stream. Only an hour and 37 minutes in, but hey, I had fun doing this, and I wanted to do this as a thank you for you guys for all of your continued support. So, Kirsten, I have to timestamp. She's at work, so we will actually move first and foremost into Rhoda's question because Kirsten, yes, she did donate before you, but she wanted me to timestamp. She's not here. And since you are here, Rhoda, we're going to get right into your question. So what should I expect in the next 3 months? And we're actually going to switch out tarot decks. Thank you so much, but I feel like I'm going to recharge this one probably tomorrow. I have a big plan to do some like energetic cleansing and clearing in this space to clear all my decks and just cleanse it. Because I'm feeling like we rode this one hard today and it did what we needed it to do. But now we're moving on to a new tarot deck for Rhoda and what she can expect over the next 3 months for Rhoda in alignment with Rhoda's true spirit. What does she need to know about the next 3 months? What's in store? What can she expect? Ooh, we got some. Ooh, okay. I like this a lot, actually. So financially, things are really going to be looking up. There will be more collaboration or people working together for the greater good at work. So wherever it is you work, things are just flowing better. Communication's better. I don't know if you have like a remote job or you actually have to go into work, but like the established connections you have with people at work might even be deeper. Like maybe you're not just talking about the weather and this and that, but you're actually talking about like important things and establishing some great connections with people. And this doesn't always just only have to be work related, but a lot of times it is, but not always. This can be just your friend groups or some sort of organizations or like book club that you're in, whatever that looks like, just different hobbies you have, or people that you hang out with because of this reason or because of that reason. But there's a lot of collaboration coming together. Even if you're the one that has to kind of plan something so something happens, you can always do that or facilitate some sort of meeting or group if you have any kind of group of friends that do this or that. It would be a really great time coming up over these next 3 months to do that. And if you don't have something like that going on, these 3 months might be a perfect time to start some sort of book club, or it could be a club about anything that you're interested in. And even if you don't have friends that are in this same, like, I don't have any friends, like, just an example, if you're a painter, I don't have any friends around me that paint. Well, maybe you can get on social media. There are Facebook book groups for everything these days, and especially like even local areas, you can get on like a a local Facebook page and say, hey, are there any local painters that would be interested in getting together to once a month or whatever to paint together and just kind of meet each other and hang out. Like the reason that I say that is because I'm in a local writing group, and it's just so much fun. Like there's this just camaraderie and connection that you can make with people. That's really I think your soul is craving that over these next 3 months. Very, very fun. All right. So we have the moon as well. This is about intuition, and it's very interesting. We got that High Priestess card for you in your other reading. So this really is about your intuition being on point. A lot of times the moon can, and I do apologize, these cards are not showing up the best because they're very shiny. Sometimes though, when the moon comes out, it can be about just, is this the truth? I'm confused. A sense of confusion maybe, or what you believe to be true is actually illusion or something like that. Right, I'll join the book club too. And now we're getting some interference with my videos kind of freezing up again, so I do apologize for that. So hopefully your message is getting through, but yeah, just being able to see through the illusion. But this energy that you got in your previous reading here is going to support you through these next 3 months to be able to see through any illusion. There is a sense of balance, give and take. So if you've been in this place where you're needing some help, or you're feeling down and out, somehow, some way, the universe is going to send people, resources, information, whatever it is that you're needing, you're going to receive that. But if you're feeling like you're in a good place, you're going to be the one providing that resource, that time, that effort, that just help or benefit to someone. Maybe even financially, you're donating maybe to some sort of great cause or something, to help or to give back in some way. Give and take. Let's see what else is going on over these next 3 months for Rhoda. Slippery but it did not fall to the floor. So star, you're guaranteed success in something. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. So this doesn't have to be literal marriage, but something with business is looking up, and you may even be signing some sort of new contract. This could also deal with contracts where, again, win-win situation. That's kind of the theme of this live stream, is like win-win outcomes, win-win situations going on. So you really are, things are looking up with your finances, with just feeling this sense of balance with other people in your life as well. But this isn't just, oh, you might succeed. No, this is guaranteed success, guaranteed. Oh, Gaz Musin, please do not spam my chat. That's not very appreciated. I'm just gonna put you in timeout for a moment. Just calm down, just a minute, 1 minute. But if you come back and keep doing that, I'm gonna have to kick you out. I'm sorry. It's a lot. One time, one message. We don't have a fast-paced moving chat here, so it's just a little much. And because this is happening during Rhoda's reading, there's maybe someone coming at you that's just a little much, and you're gonna have to put a boundary up. So that is your prerogative. Maybe you're putting a boundary up with someone that's it's just too much. And it doesn't have to be even just a person. It can be just like the news, the world events. It's just all becoming too much. I need to step away, and doing some self-care. Speaking of self-care, I do have this little self-care book that I love to do some little book divination and just kind of flip intuitively to a page. Okay. Emotional self-care specifically. We have a nice little, big old handful there of purple flowers. Those are, I cannot remember what these are called, but from this distance, I thought it was lavender, but actually it is not. I cannot, does anyone in the chat know what those flowers are called? I do not. Maybe it says here, I don't know. I don't think it does, but it says, when we self-regulate well, we are better able to control the trajectory of our emotional lives and resulting actions based on our values and sense of purpose. So when we're emotionally regulated, we're not making crazy, sweeping decisions from this like emotional pendulum that's just swinging through our life. And I turned the page, so we're getting to self-love. So because you did say earlier that you are currently single, maybe you are taking yourself out on a date. Maybe that's what's getting you started, is you're just wanting to step into your hobbies, step into your just whatever lights you up, whatever makes you excited about life. Even if you're doing it kind of on your own to get started, it's almost like sometimes we step out of that comfort zone and then we'll meet like-minded people along the way. So if you don't have any kind of support system or group or friends or whatever you can rely on that we were talking about in this card, you can easily go find easily. It's simple, but it's technically not easy. I mean, because usually there's some element of putting ourselves out there, trying something new, stepping out of the comfort zone that I think you're being asked to do over these next 3 months, but it's actually going to pay off because you might make some lifelong friends out of this, just trying something new, especially following your hobbies or following your heart, whatever it is that feels good to you. Let's get a self-love message. I know this is more like a couples love deck, but oh no, that's okay. It's fine. Yeah, just we usually have maybe 1 or 2 comments every 2-3 minutes, but then when it's just comment, it kind of buries what people are talking about. So no worries. All right, here we go for Rhoda. Anything she needs to know about love, self-love, love of life, just whatever needs to come out. And we have here intuition with inner knowing. So this is your 3rd message about intuition, Rhoda. So your intuition, you know what it is you need to know, when you need to know it, about what you need to know it about. You are on point, on point, on point. Did I mention you're on point? And then we have divine timing. Believe in right timing. So especially if you are really wanting love or really strong connections, or whatever it is that you're seeking that you feel you don't have it just all on your own, you actually have the ability and power to create that feeling in your life on your own. But then it's almost like when you are able to do that, that's when that external to you thing shows up to not complete you, but to complement what you already have going on. It really feels like a balanced and beautiful energy, but it might take a minute these next 3 months to kind of get your sea legs, stepping out of your comfort zone. But what's staring at me, I keep looking down at this pretty much your whole reading from the deck that we used for everybody's free reading earlier. The Chariot. This is about being able to move forward, move on. Maybe you're possibly getting a new vehicle, new home, but usually more new vehicle, or if you're not like in the market for a new vehicle, just cleaning out and detailing your car as best as you can to keep that, because usually the state that we keep our car in is our car, energetically speaking, and in feng shui and everything, Vastu Shastra, which is kind of the Hindu version of feng shui, your vehicle almost just represents the receptacle for your abundance to come in. And if you have a cluttered car, a messy car, a dusty car, it kind of dusts and messes up and clutters up your beautiful abundance. So if you can keep your car, filled with gas as often as possible, that also, again, kind of can convey your energy levels or your zest for life. If you always keep your tank full, or as full as you can, your zest for life somehow tends to be full, or more full than if it was always half empty or below. So yeah, keeping your car clean, and of course also your home. There's no lie to the truth that cleanliness is close to godliness, and godliness doesn't mean some guy up on his ivory tower up in the clouds judging us all day. It really is about our own divinity and just feeling in alignment with our true spirit, our own divinity. Yeah, you need to clean your car. Well, I guess here's your neighborhood friendly memo to clean your car and just start watching that abundance pile in. And I'll tell you, the best my business ever did, and I started my YouTube channel, and I started my mentor business back in around 2017, but my readings and stuff, I'm doing readings for people I knew and stuff, but as far as online presence, I started my the Done Creative YouTube channel in 2019, but it wasn't until 2022, or sorry, early 2022, I went and got my car professionally detailed because my business was doing all right. I had enough that I'm like, it was like $250, and I'm like, wow, that's really steep. But what happened was, actually, a friend of mine, her son vomited in the back seat of my car, and we, had to pull over and use all the like fast food napkins that I had in my center console to try to clean it up. But no amount of cleaning I did when I got home to that back seat got the smell out. And I'm like, I got to do something, and I can't deal with this anymore. So I actually took it to a guy to detail it, and he detailed it so immaculately that I was just blown away. And I was like, wow, this is beautiful. My car wasn't even that clean when I bought it. But after that, I cannot tell you how my business just skyrocketed beyond anything it had ever been before. So maybe I need to take my own advice and go get my baby detailed. Because I have 2 boys, ages 13 and 9, and they love to just leave their stuff in there. It's a pit in the back seat. The front seat I keep dusted and beautiful and as clean as I possibly can. But that back seat sometimes needs a little work. And I think I need to take the advice to you and also go do the same thing. And hey, if you're watching this and you feel, hey, maybe I should do that too, feel free, go do it. Or if you don't want to spend the money to do it, just do it yourself. Time is money, obviously, too. But this also fell down. But this is what we're talking about. Rhoda, I love this. A period of prosperity and abundance. So clean your car. And I mean, even if you don't clean your car, I still see all of this finding its way to you. But if you clean your car, it's like the ease of which that can come to you, I think will be even better. Oh, you have 4. So you have a 12-year-old, 10-year-old, and 3-year-old twins. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I always thought to have twins would be the coolest thing ever. But like, I bet that's a lot of work too. But oh my gosh, what a blessing. I bet they're just the most amazing kids. I feel it. Aw, what a beautiful family. I love that. Well, thanks, Rhoda. I feel before we pull, we're going to pull one more card before we close out. Anything else? Because we're talking all this prosperity and abundance. Let's just go to the Money Moves Oracle one more time for Rhoda. Anything she needs to know? We got 2. All right. Limitations and winning. Ooh, sooner or later, luck comes to everyone. Don't spend everything at once. But to me, this is like a big stack of cash somehow coming to you. Maybe in a like unknown or secret way, that not secret as in illegal, but like secret way to you that you don't know it's on its way, but it's on its way. Very cool. I mean, I never condone or tell people go play the lottery, but like, if you ever do feel so inclined, like feel free, do what you do. But your luck, I mean, with all this intuition and stuff we're talking about in your 2 readings here, you're on a lucky streak. At least stepping into these next 3 months, you're on a lucky streak here. We also have limitations. Fear and doubt limit freedom of action. Let go of the worries. And a lot of times that is what holds us back more than any external factor, is our own limiting beliefs that we've been programmed by society, by mainstream media, by our parents, by whoever, that, oh, that's not possible for you. You grew up this way, so that kind of money isn't potential for you. Break all those limiting beliefs down, and you're going to be able to really step into this winning energy big time. Watch it happen, Rhoda. I love that for you. That is amazing. And then I just saw New Beginning on the back of the deck. Yes, and then another card fell onto this book, Knight of Cups. There's something you're being asked to receive. Be in your receiving, divine feminine receiving energy era. Be in it because there is something that is trying to find its way to you. And before, and I know this as a mom myself. I mean, I literally have half the amount of kids you have. So like, I'm not as super mom as you are, but what I get is, moms, a lot of times we will block our blessings. Someone offers us help and we're like, oh, no, I won't trouble you with that. I'll just do it. Or, even our kids at sometimes are like, oh, I'll do that. I'm like, no, I got it. I'll just load the dishwasher because I want it done a certain way. So we kind of block our blessings for help sometimes. So next time someone offers you, and of course, use your intuition. If this is someone trying to manipulate you by offering you something, don't fall for it. But, if someone offers to help, claim it, take the help. Even if it is something you can do yourself. I mean, if someone's offering to do that, that is them extending or offering a gift to you. And a lot of times when we say, oh no, I got it, we kind of hurt their feelings a little bit. So almost take that grace with it, that you don't want to hurt that person's feelings. I mean, again, if they're looking to manipulate you, you can trust your intuition. There's another intuitive card coming out of the deck as I'm trying to put things away for you. Intuition. But if you intuitively feel like this person's coming from a good place and they are trying to help you in either financially, through help, like, hey, let me babysit the kids so you can go have a day. And then normally you'd be like, oh no, it's fine. You're busy too. Like, don't block your blessings. Rhoda, don't block your blessings because, well, so much is just trying to happen for you. And quickly, this is purpose. This is abundance trying to find its way to you. So Open arms, claim that abundance, Rhoda. This is a beautiful reading. And it's not just one thing trying to find its way to you. This is multiple things trying to get to you in a good way, not in a bad way. So open arms, claim that abundance. Yes, I claim all of it. Stinky boy smells. Oh my gosh, I know all about that with a 13-year-old and a 9-year-old. All involved in sports pretty much at all times. They are smelly boys, but I love them dearly. Aw, thank you, Rhoda. This was such a fun reading. I love it. I'm so excited for you. You'll have to come back and let us know, or just kind of come hang out with us. We would love to have you here. We're live twice a week, so we're here pretty often. Wednesdays and Fridays. Of course, with a new job, my schedule might shift or change, but I will always, at least as far as I know anyway, show up at least once a week for you guys into the future. Hopefully. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But we're usually at 11 a.m. Mountain Time on Fridays and 6 p.m. Mountain Time on Wednesdays. But again, my schedule might be looking a little different now that I have a new job. So yeah, but I'm not leaving anyone here behind. I love, this is therapy for me, just being here and showing up and being able to give back to you lovely, amazing people. I love it. So thank you. Oh, yay. Yeah, we're here twice a week as of right now anyway. I do suffer at times with migraines, so sometimes I will have to cancel last minute, or my boys are involved in all sorts of stuff. So sometimes I'm like, oh shoot, we have that band concert tonight. I can't do the live stream, or but usually I will leave a little post in my community tab if I will have to miss it for some reason. So, but usually I'm here when I say I'm going to be here. So that's good. All right. Well, we would love to have you here whenever you feel so inclined to come hang out. You're awesome, Rhoda. Thanks again for your donation. We're going to move on now to Kirsten's reading, and then I'm going to close out. I'm going to go get my baby boy some lunch since he's homesick today from school, and then pretty much shortly after that, I'll probably eat too. And then I'm going to go grab my middle schooler from his school, since he normally rides the bus up to his brother's school for me to pick them both up at the same place, but today I'm just going to go to his school. Thank you, Rhoda. I appreciate that. I'm so excited. I'm like over the moon, ecstatic. I'm ready. I'm ready for something to really open up financially for me. So I'm so excited. All right, 157 on the nose for Kirsten. Her timestamp, and she wants to know, please timestamp for me. Yes, got it. She will be working, so she just wanted to know if DG and her will have a relationship, and will it work out? Ooh, let's tune in. All right. So first and foremost, we're going to ask if that relationship will be a thing. Will Kirsten and DG have a relationship? All right. We have the Hanged Man. So one of you might be more in it to win it than the other. Let's get some additional guidance on this. Because this doesn't necessarily mean it's blocked forever. So I'm going to use the this one. The what's blocking you? Yeah, what's blocking you? Or click. So what is maybe blocking or hindering this connection at this time? With DG and Kirsten, what is possibly hindering this connection? All right, too much work. So someone might be a workaholic or overworking, or just work is kind of taking precedence because, got to pay them bills. It says, you tell yourself it's too much work, but it's really an excuse not to get involved. Ooh. And we do have the masculine energy here. So this might be his energy of he's just saying, oh, I can't do that. I got to work. I'm not saying he's not working, but maybe he's just kind of leaning on it as an excuse for some reason. So I'm seeing maybe the hang up is on his end. But let's see if we can get some additional guidance. What else is maybe blocking this from becoming a romantic connection? At least at this time. It doesn't mean things can't shift, but let's see for Kirsten. Whoa! Wow. Let's see. We have all sorts of stuff. Okay. So we have unavailable. And as I pulled that, I heard emotionally unavailable. So someone might literally be showing up, but they're just kind of emotionally stunted, or they're, kind of leaning on you to just keep the conversation going. And if you don't, ask the next question or say the next thing, they're just kind of sitting there. It doesn't feel, just really feeling into this, it doesn't feel like it's your person. Doesn't mean you can't have fun and explore and date and all that stuff. But it doesn't really feel like your long-term person. And then we have the fixing them card. So you can't fix someone. They have to want to change, accept them, or let them go. So if you don't mind the fact that he's maybe a bit detached or just kind of very aloof in the connection, even if to this time right now he's been pretty forthcoming and really expressive and communicative with you, I think at some point that might start to slow down or kind of hinder or kind of halt a little bit. And when that happens, that's when, Kirsten, I want you to really feel into it intuitively and just feel, is this connection meant to be? Because what I'm seeing in my mind's eye awareness right now is the beginning of my relationship with my husband. It was over 20 years ago at this point, since we've been together. But what I see with that is there was nothing, not work, not friends, not school, that could have kept me away from him or him from me when we were very first together, because that's all we wanted to do was laugh together, hang out together, film. We had a TV show. Well, I had a TV show with a group of friends, and he'd kind of tag along and hang out, because that's pretty much what we spent most of the time doing when we weren't at school, because we went to school together, not in the same classes, but we were both there, a lot of overlapping schedules. And my friends also were at the same school with us, college with us. So, but what I see with this, Kirsten, is wild horses could not keep someone from their person when they're first in love, especially. So if you're not feeling that toward this person, you're trying to kind of force, like, I want to feel that with him, but maybe if I just hang out, we'll get it figured out. Or if this person is at a distance and you've really only been communicating online, that can be what's kind of standing in the way as well. So if this person's maybe slightly at a distance to you or not local, that could be kind of why there's kind of this gap or unavailability here. That could be why. But if he is in the same area and you're just not head over heels or like constantly wanting to think of each other, be with each other, that's usually an indication that might not be your person. Or if you're feeling that and they're not, or they're feeling that and you're not, there's a kind of a disconnect or a gap between expectation of where the relationship might be going. But let's just see into the future. Anything Kirsten needs to know about if eventually this connection might blossom into something more eventually, because at least currently it's we're kind of getting those almost having to try to force something, square peg into a round hole kind of energy. And you definitely don't want to start a connection in that way, because if this person is for you, or any person is for you, it just seems to flow. And again, like wild horses could not keep you away from that person and them away from you when you're both like just in it to win it, But let's just see if there's any likelihood that DG and Kirsten will have a romantic relationship at some point. All right, so we're starting out with this kind of defensive energy of, just almost feeling like you're walking on eggshells or having to always constantly keep the conversation going, or you're the one like in defense mode somehow. Not to say there can't be a new beginning to where, a marriage could potentially take place, because we do have the signing of a contract, but it would be very traditional roles is what I'm seeing. Like this is the female role, this is the masculine role. And I think so many women today are kind of just over that, It doesn't have to be traditional this, traditional that. And I really do see for you to get this new beginning that will lead to, a marriage contract of some kind, it's going to be kind of an uphill battle with this person specifically. That does not mean that you, Kirsten, yourself are not unlovable, or that you cannot ever have love. Absolutely not. Because look, love is in the cards for you. I just don't know that it's with this specific person, DG, that you're looking to make this dream a reality of love in your life. But let's just tune in real quick, since we're still here. Your next love, what that does look like, how you will know that this person is the one for you next, whoever it is, the next person that is meant for you. How will Kirsten know this person is meant for her? It will be that wild horses can't drag me away, and the same feeling on their end as well, because this is happy home, marriage, literal marriage card right here. We had the Hierophant with signing of a contract, but it's when we are asking about a love relationship and the Hierophant comes out, it's a very transactional kind of connection rather than, oh my gosh, we're so in love. Yeah, maybe transactions are happening, like I'll pay for this, you pay for that. But at the same time, the love is so deep that's not even what this relationship is built on. But with DG, I think that it would be a very nickel and dime. Well, I did this for you. Now you need to, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Where the connection that's truly meant for you, you will feel those butterflies. You will feel, I want to do everything for this person, but it's not just all coming from you. This person is also, I feel butterflies. I want to do everything for her. I want to spend every waking minute that I possibly can where I'm not working or doing all these other things with my lady. That's when you'll know. And until you really start to feel that in this connection with DG or, another person, but this will be your telling point. And again, I'm circling back to when I first met my husband. From the start, before we were dating at all, when I just very first introduced myself pretty much, this is the very first words out of my mouth to him. I still remember them to this day, and we joke about it and laugh about it. I asked, "Is your name Ryan Dunn?" And he's like, he really had a hard time looking me like eye contact in the face. And I don't know why. Like he has no problem now, but like when we first met, like he would talk to me, but like I'd be here and he'd be talking this way. Like he had a really hard time. Like he might glance at me and then look. But he has no problem meeting anyone's eyes when he's talking. But that should have been my first indication, because when he's talking to this guy or in our friend group, no problem making eye contact. But that was my first indication that there was something there. But first thing I asked was, is your name Ryan Dunn? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh. And then I had the movie Haggard, which was with Bam Margera, Ryan Dunn, Brian DiCamillo, all the CKY and some of the Jackass gang. And I'm like, there's a guy named Ryan Dunn in this movie. And he's like, yeah, I know of that guy. Ryan Dunn, he's a famous guy. Like, I know who that is. Like, he was like playing all calm, cool, and collected and aloof. And here I am. He goes, your face was bright red when you were talking to me. But that was like our first interaction. But there was just something about him. I'm like, I need to know this guy. And he had just started hanging out kind of with my friend group. And I had been hanging out with this friend group. This was the second semester I'd been hanging out with them. And he was like the new kid. But we both just, hindsight being 2020, and we have conversations later, like we both just knew like there's something cool here going on that I want to explore, but like I'm kind of shy, or I kind of had to take the leading role in that. But yeah. But you'll know, Kirsten, you'll just feel the vibe. it hits different than, is this my person? Could I have a relationship with this? Usually if you're asking that, it's already almost a no. Not all the time, because circumstances and things, and especially if this is not someone you've met in person yet, of course that kind of question is going to be there. But there really is something special about being able, the way we dated back in the day, you just cross someone's like physical space, you'll be in their aura, that there's so much information to be gained being in someone's aura that you don't get on an online dating app, or just somehow meeting on an online community and communicating. And I'm not saying that's how you met this person, but energetically, it feels like there's some sort of physical distance between you two. So if that's not the case, let me know. It might be just this person is very closed off emotionally. I could also read that energy that way as well. So there's nuance here. So, and since you're not here on the live to tell me, you of course already know. So you've gotten your message either way, so it doesn't matter. But of course, I always love to hear exactly what's going on if you feel so inclined to tell us what's happening. But yeah, you guys, I think that's going to do it for us here today. This was so fun. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, Tanya loves Ryan too. He's a fun person to be around. I got so lucky. I can't even tell you. He's my best friend. He's the best. Things aren't perfect, but like, what relationship is perfect? But like, we're perfect for each other, and the lessons we need to learn, and the things we want to do in life, and our values line up, and like that's so what's important. Not that it's always easy or you're always completely in alignment. Like, I don't know a lot of relationships that are always completely, exactly, always same wavelength. But if I'm sure there's maybe out there, but I don't personally know a lot of people like that. So life's a journey. Life's a garden. You gotta dig it. Lucky you. I do. I feel so lucky. And to have that juxtaposition of just this really horrible relationship that I had 6 months before I met my husband, told me everything I needed to know about what a lucky person I am to have someone who is so supportive, um, compared to that horrible past narcissistic relationship I was in from the year 2000 to the year 2003. Oh my gosh. Ugh. I am so lucky for sure. From 2004 to 2024, so far, the luckiest person alive. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for me. I am going to go feed my sick little baby boy and feed myself. Look over my new work contract and all the other She sent me like 5 emails all at once. I'm just like, I'm so excited, you guys. I'm so excited. So I'm going to look over all of that stuff and go pick up my other son and just start my weekend off right, celebrating a really exciting thing. So I hope there's something exciting that you guys can celebrate. Do some self-care. Love yourselves. Deepen those connections that you have with those that you already do love or are connected to. Do something beautiful for someone in your life, even if it's just paying them a beautiful compliment or, grabbing the door when they come in with an armful of groceries or something. Just do something good for someone. Pay it forward out there. And love the people that deserve that love, and sometimes even love the people that don't deserve it, because I think they maybe almost need it more than the people that do deserve it at times. But of course, use your intuition. Don't love the people out there that are gonna skew that love and make it something not great. All right, you guys. I will hopefully see you guys Wednesday. Illnesses and basketball games barring, maybe. Hopefully. I have to look at the basketball schedule because I know we do have a couple of Wednesday evening games. That I might have to. But so I'll either be live early or late on Wednesday, depending on the game schedule. Fridays are pretty open, at least right now, with games. So, but once Wrigley starts basketball, their games are Friday nights or Saturday during the day. So we're gonna get into squirrely territory of let's upend our schedule yet again. Always. Yeah, he was just having a bit of a sore throat last night before trick-or-treating started, and then he was trick-or-treating with some friends, and they just wanted to basically, they hit it hard pretty good, pretty early in the night, and I have one of those 31 bags that's got the 2 front pouches, and I mean, that bag is like huge, like canvas tote bag that is my purse, because Mom always gets everybody's water bottles, everybody's sweatshirts, hold this for me, Mom. Some little purse is not going to do it for me. So I carry a canvas bag everywhere with me. That thing was full to the brim, and then part of oh my God, I got to get that candy out of my house because I don't want to eat it. I don't want them eating it, so I don't know what to do. But hey, they have fun, right? But yeah, he just wasn't feeling it, and then they kind of stopped early and just hung out in the back, the very way tailgate back of my friend's SUV as we drove around with the bigger kids, because she's got 3 kids, and then her youngest kid invited Wrigley and another friend. And then the middle son, Boston, was also with us, and then another son. And we all piled into her SUV. No one was wearing a seatbelt because we were like basically at a snail's pace driving. So it wasn't too bad. But it kind of reminded me of the 90s where no one wore a seatbelt and everyone just kind of piled in and sitting on laps. And it was kind of fun. We were all safe because no one was going over maybe 15 miles an hour the whole night. So it was fine. But it was like a very slow, warm hayride down all the neighborhood streets. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go. I've rambled long enough, but I love you, and I hope to see you Wednesday. Thanks again so much for all those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see each and every one of you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot Live. And, of course, have a wonderful and blessed weekend. All right, guys. Much love, peace, and I'll see you next time. Bye.